Hello and welcome back to another instructional video from my series regarding Ernesto Köhler's 25 Romantic Etudes, Opus 66. Today we're going to be talking about number 7 in Moonlight. For this etude, I'd like to discuss phrasing. It's easy, especially in slower pieces, to make our phrases choppy. So we want to think, as we mature musically, about longer phrases. One way that I like to do this is by thinking about goal notes. So I'll write in a little asterisk sign over what my goal note is. I'm going to begin by playing the first opening phrase two ways. That's the first way. Here's the second. If you'll notice, in the first iteration of it, it was pretty choppy. I didn't have that legato style flowing throughout it. I took extra breaths, and there were longer pauses than there needed to be between measures. In the second one, I thought about phrasing my air, shooting my air all the way through the end of that phrase. Now, one way that we can check in on this, aside from writing in your goal note, which should be pretty close to the end of a phrase, is by playing off of your embouchure hole. So if you take your flute and put your face here, you'll play finger long and blow your air exactly like you would, just without having the head joint there. And what we'll be doing is listening for that air pressure. Here, if you can hear that air staying consistent all the way through. That's a really helpful tool to help discern if you are actually breathing through a phrase. So I encourage you to try that a few times and then go back to your piece and put it back and play normally. Another thing that is very important when we're playing slower music, but in general, is writing in your breath marks. Now, breath marks help us phrase because we want to breathe in spots that make sense for the phrase. So for example, I have written in that I need a breath in measure 8 right before that G natural, especially with the ascents up to those Fs in the next bar. So don't be afraid to mark up your page. And lastly, just to circle back to that goal note, there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer in any given scenario. Every piece of music is going to be different, so there's no way that I can give you a hard and fast rule about what your goal note should be. And it may even vary from person to person on the same piece. So I encourage you to record yourself, trying out different spots for goal notes. In general, the goal note should be wherever you're trying to land, and sometimes there'll be notes after that where you're coming off of it. But I encourage you to move around your goal notes, write in those breath marks, and remember to breathe through that phrase and play on the barrel.